here from Inside My Helmet. I'm here with Milhouse from Thundermax. All right, Milhouse, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell me what your bike is currently, what it was, and all the things you've done to it.
Well, it was a Honda, and we transformed it into this 2019 Road Glide Special. It started out as just a basic black Road Glide Special 114. That lasted all of about 2 days. We tore it down the first iteration, and we did LA chopper bar cage fighters, a really bad shorty TBR that didn't make much power. It was loud as shit. And then all the good stuff, right? So I worked at Appleton Harley at the time, so we were able to get rid of the stretch bags, and I traded for some shorts, which is what's on here now. And then I did a cam. I did a Reaper 465 fueling cam that lasted for 6 months, and then I did a S&S 475 and a Bassani Road Rage full length. And then I rode that bike for like 3 years like that. Small changes here and there, upgraded to Galfer brakes, different wheels. But this past winter, I went all out. I wanted to make a statement in 23, and this is kind of what we came up with. Myself and my painter, Jeremy Senor from Lucky Strike Designs. He's out of Williamsburg, Virginia. Fantastic painter, and really kind of put everything into fruition and made it come to life. I knew I wanted to do white. I knew I wanted flames. I've always loved that big bass boat candy flake, which is a little toned down on this, but it came out flawless. So from front to back, we've got BST carbon wheels. I stuck with the 1918 stock sizes. I knew that the 21 would make it a little taller in the front, but I didn't want to give up rideability, right? So BSTs, always with the Metzler Cruise Techs. I did a Legends +2 front suspension. My machinist cut out my cowbells, which are drag specialty +2s, and did some peepholes in them. At the time, I was going to do a gold tube, fork tube, but they were all on back order, which is kind of the way that the market and the industry has become right now. It's really hard to get stuff. So, you know, working with what we got, I did a K&S custom Baja style headlights. They're fantastic, way better than what I had before. Of course, custom dynamic inserts on the turn signals. Clockworks 9-inch flare. And then our new company logo is Destroy, world-renowned competition killers, which is on all of our t-shirts, which you can get off our website. I did a full radio delete. I used my machinist, Justin Page. He's out of North Little Rock, Arkansas, and he makes this gauge relocation to move it from the stock location up. So no radio, unfortunately, but I was kind of over it anyway. I've got comms in all of my helmets, so I don't really lose out on it. Dominion mirrors. The screen here that goes to our iRide. So it's the full command center. So not only is this speedo and tack, but it'll give you horsepower, torque, AFR numbers, cylinder spark timing, kind of all of your runnability stuff that you'd want to know while you're rolling down the road. My full Santoro kit, front and rear, the inner fairing supports as well, along with Santoro shifter knob and the shift linkage. Just really cleaned it up, and I wanted subtle touches of red and not go too far. I've got 2 different Saddleman seats. This is the San Diego Customs. Fantastic. It's got the little bump in it, backrest if you want. BST carbon is on the bike, so I've got front fender, the dash, and the rear fender, which I've painted both fenders, but they are carbon. The wheels candied to match the dash. And again, Jeremy just absolutely killed it at Lucky Strike Designs, making sure that everything flowed really well. So the motor is a full built 128. Horsepower Inc. did it 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. It's a Zippers Muscle 128, 552 Redshift cam, Carilla flat tops, all the good stuff. Obviously running their throttle body and injectors, their air cleaner cover, and of course Jimmy's pipe, which I've had fully show polished, and with the heat it's starting to turn really gold and purple hues and stuff. It works out well. Thrash and Supply footboards and rear pegs. Of course, I have a full tour pack that I haven't done yet. Custom Dynamics filler lights, and then kind of everybody that was involved with the build, starting from the bottom to the top. Gas, my buddy Ben Gerton out of Virginia. He was the one that helped me find the wheels because they were impossible last summer to find. Outcast Culture, check them out. It's actually Outcast Culture and 456 Print Co. out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Really good buddy. We bounced a bunch of ideas off each other. Of course, my machinist, I've got his kickstand block because my bike is now raised, 2 full inches around. Instead of having that gangster lean, he makes a kickstand block on his website. I think they're like $75. I also did a horn delete, and then his gauge relocation stuff for the radio. I've got a triple trees and a steering stabilizer coming from him, and also in the works is a HHI radial brakes, which we're still waiting on. Kraus riser setup, and then probably my most favorite part, because growing up, my grandpa always had choppers, and so I reached out to my buddy out of St. Louis. He owns Evolution Cycles, and he bent these bars up for me. His name's Drew. Fantastic guys. These are actually the OG Milhouse highs is what we've called them. But if you wanted to get a set from him, hit him up on YouTube, or not YouTube, Instagram. It's Evolution Cycles 618. And then I can't forget about my homeboy Steve Chamberlain. He also does Bagger Racing Leagues. Check him out. He's on the Trask inspired paint set. I think it's a carbon and pink, but he makes these FXR inspired side covers, which obviously we had painted to match. And then my number has always been 78. So of course I have a Trask chain kit. But man, I think that's it.
So everyone, if you didn't catch all the links, I will leave them in the description below. I'll get a huge laundry list of shout outs there. But what we're going to do now is he's going to grab his awesome helmet, which was also painted by Lucky Strike. I'll go ahead and insert that video now real quick of me just doing a walk around his helmet. All right, and now we're going to put on our helmets and we're going to take this thing for a little rip. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this episode. So big shout out, thanks to Milhouse and all the guys at ThunderMax.
Check us out on Instagram, ThunderMax EFI, or Milhouse underscore TMax, I think it is.
Either way, there'll be a link down in the bottom. I'll put all the links to all the stuff that'll get your bike looking just like that one. You too could have that bike if you have the time, patience, and possibly a rich uncle. So,
see y'all.
be good to each other.
You wear that NASA hat so everybody thinks you're an astronaut?
Well, you can't see that part. Because I'm bald.